Hey, shout out to Mark B. I cannot believe I had this. Let me back up a little bit. This is Logic on meeting Eminem, and I'll put the link in the description. But Mark gave this to me, and this was this morning. It's just been that busy. If you guys already saw it, go ahead and hit the like button. I'm such a jerk. I'm just kidding. Do whatever you would like to do. Um, but I have not seen this, and I thought instead of me watching it and then Mark like saying what the hell happened to it, I figured let's just watch it together. It would be funny if it doesn't record, but it's recording. Yeah, let's watch it together as a family.
You recently performed with Eminem in Hawaii to a huge. How many people were in the
stadium? I don't know.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was like 30 to 50,000
Yeah,
people.
insane amounts.
Yeah.
Wow.
First of all, tell me, what does meeting Eminem mean to you? I mean, was that something that you listened to a lot?
I haven't been like yes, of course. Like he's the first rap verse I ever memorized on Forgot About Dre. And you know, I was so young. I remember my sister took 2 sides of a tape. I'm dating myself right now, but you know, these old cassette tapes, and she had it on each side of it that she had done for me. And dude, I mean, it's Eminem, bro. You know what I mean? It's like the GOAT. Yeah, so
the GOAT, really.
I was excited that he first and foremost had invited me to come do the show.
How did that invite come through?
It's a long story. It's a long story. It's like
I invited you
we got
there.
time.
Yeah,
but I understand
know.
if you don't want to say it.
I can't explain.
Oh, okay, I get it.
But it was very cool. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
But I get this invite from him.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
and
recognition from really the highest place. Right?
insane. So we're in Hawaii, and I'm there, and I'm just like really stoked, and I know I'm gonna meet him. But the whole time I was like, cool, like whatever, like it's all good, like yeah, this is cool. And even in the stadium, like I wasn't really nervous about the fact that I'm in a stadium. I was just excited. It was my
I want you guys to write in the comments. Just write in the comments. Would you be cool? Or would you be acting like this right now? Would you be like smiling ear to ear? Would you just be like, Or would you not know until you actually got there? Because I always tell myself, okay, if I meet somebody on Eminem's level, which there is really nobody, honestly, that caliber. I mean, he's got his main group. Now, Royce da 5'9", Alien Gang, Kid Vicious, Mr. Porter, Paul Rosenberg, everybody, right? They're up there. But Eminem is the artist. He is the artist. Royce da 5'9" is his buddy, he is an artist. But if you think about all the controversy, all the hell, all the BS, everything that has went on forever, the drama, the craziness, the stands, okay, you gotta look over at Eminem. Are you guys gonna be able to hold it down? Are you guys gonna be crying? Are you guys gonna be like, oh, I don't want to let go? You know, how are you gonna be honest? Be honest. Can you do it? Can you hold it together, or you're not gonna hold it together? Because honestly, I thought, oh, I'll be all right, you know, because it's not a big deal. But seeing how he's acting, I'm thinking, because he already is a celebrity, so I don't know. It's just my thought.
my first time performing in Hawaii. I've always wanted to perform, never had. So I was just excited.
She's totally
And then I didn't realize the magnitude of shit until, you know, his security guards tell my security guards to tell me that it's time. And so it's like a 7-minute trek through the stadium. Like, I get in like a car and I go through all the gnarliest shit, and we walk there, and I'm there with Paul Rosenberg, who's over at Def Jam. He's the president of Def Jam, and he's his manager. So I don't know if you remember those old the first songs he would do, and he would like Paul would call and be like, "You can't say this crazy ass shit," blah blah blah, and that was him. So we're there, and he walks me backstage, and who did I see first? I'm trying to remember. I think Alchemist came out. So Alchemist is an incredible producer. He's also a super ill spitter, and he's Eminem's DJ. And he's just like, I mean, he's worked with everybody. He's been around everybody, Primo and Dilla, and I mean, just huge staple in hip hop for me and for many others. And so he was super cool as shit. And then I saw Royce the 5'9", and Royce me and him are homies. So seeing him made me a lot more comfortable, which was really awesome. And then Mr. Porter was there, and he was super cool. I didn't know. I was like, oh, I never met this guy, and he was just like so, just cool and open and nice. And then Eminem came out, and Eminem comes out in a fucking hoodie, and he's like, "Rapkin in a napkin." No, I'm just kidding. Rapkin, just got candy. Boxes. No, he's talking normally. Anyway, so he walks out, super fucking cool, man. Just like so, he's like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm nervous, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm fucking nervous." Like, I just let him know. I'm like, "Yo, you guys,
That's
if
cool.
I'm being weird, this is a big deal for me." And I was like, "Look, I get it." And I wasn't trying to sound like, I didn't like say this because I didn't want to sound like an asshole, but it's like, I know what it's like when people are nervous to meet me.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like shaking and like crying and shit. But I get it. I'm always cool about it. But I didn't want to come off that way. But I also didn't want to come.
I don't know how many of you are Logic fans out there. Shout out to Steph Curry. I have not seen Steph in a long time. I think Steph is super furious at me. But some people, they can't handle it. They're just like, oh, if you're like this. I'm like, yeah, that's it. A handful. So, but anyway, how many of you guys rock with Logic? Because, you know, rhymes with oh, Budden, can't stand him. Cannot stand him. And I'm thinking, why? Why don't you like him? He's a younger Frank Sinatra / Eminem put together. Doesn't speak like either or, but, you know, he's young and he's talented. So, I don't know. I just kind of was curious.
Come off disingenuous, like, what's up?
Yeah.
How's it
Hey,
going?
man, nice to meet you.
Yeah, what's up, Marshall?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was genuine. I was just like, dude, if I seem a little weird or a little red in the face, it's because I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm so happy to be here with you.
Well, I'll say I saw you kind of gushing on
Twitter,
and
yeah.
I thought it was very sweet, and very
Yeah.
sincere.
Thanks.
I could tell you were so excited.
I was
Such a I think it's good. It's such a meaningful experience, and you were very expressive about that. I think that's very cool.
Yeah, it had to be so honest. But the cool thing, like, I've met a lot of people, and they've all, so many of them have been insanely cool, and they invite you in, and it's like, hey, what's up? And you guys just kind of talk for a while, and then, you know, if they want, because I'm not big on pictures. I don't want to invade anybody's space. I don't want somebody to think I'm there for a picture. But it typically tends to benefit both parties if you guys take a picture and post it on Instagram, because everybody gets excited that you're together. But they were like, we want a picture. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. And so, you know, we took a picture, but the biggest thing was just talking hip hop. We talked about freestyles versus writtens versus like the era we're in and the time and the shit you could say and the shit you can't say. And he's like, I just say it. Like, you know, but it's just like all this stuff. It was a really special experience. And I won't really get into what we talked about because it's a memory for me.
Yeah.
You know, and it was really special. But everybody, it wasn't just M, man. It was Mr. Porter and Royce and Paul and Alchemist. They were all just so kind. And I mean, we were chill for like 20 minutes.
That's awesome.
Like, I had to go to the stage right after that, you know. And it was an incredible experience. I'll always cherish. And he's a really good dude, man. And he just loves rap.
Right.
He just loves rap.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
pretty sick.
I'm glad you had that experience.
Me too. It was
I'm not going to give you guys any more because this is not my footage. This is from H3 Podcast Highlights. I gave you a little, like, less than what's on what you can go and get to watch the rest of it. I'll put it in the link. I'll put it in the description. I will put the link in the description. I got a little too excited just telling you about this. So anyway, I'll tell you what I feel. What he doesn't want to say is that he doesn't want to say is that nobody will ever have that time. What he spent with Eminem, people would pay everything they had, everything that they could possibly give for that kind of knowledge, for that kind of delving into talking about rap, freestyle, what you can say versus what you couldn't say. I mean, M broke through so many glass ceilings. It's just, somebody had said it the other day, how many windows does he go through in videos? You know, I thought about that and I'm like, well, it's not a glass ceiling, but it is glass. And he's constantly breaking barrier after barrier after barrier. For him to be in the shape that he's in, for him to be at his, I don't even know if he's reached his fucking highest, you know, as to quote him. He's so good. And if you love something, it's going to be that good. It's going to be that special. It's going to be that perfect. And that's why Logic is not afraid to show his true feelings, because M showed his true feelings, his realness. You could only combat real with real. So it wasn't none of this Hollywood, oh darling, blah blah blah. It was what it is. And I'm just happy that I was here to see this, because it is just like seeing another legend. It's like being able to have 15 minutes with Johnny Cash or Kurt Cobain, Sam Cooke, people that they touched time, and time kind of just stood for them for just a little bit, and they'll always be there. You know, we still have M. I don't mean to make anybody sad, but, you know, we are mortal. Love you guys.